Thank you for coming again this morning. It's a pretty remarkable thing to have practice community to remind us about being awake. Well, here, this is a nice little reading for this morning. It's from John Welwood. John Welwood, who was a remarkable human being who wrote about and taught a lot about how to use relationships for spiritual awakening. One of my claims to fame is that one night I had dinner at a teacher's conference sitting between John Welwood and Joanna Macy. That was kind of a high point. And then I spent the evening with them, actually. But that doesn't exist anymore, except as a memory. However, this little poem does. Forget about enlightenment. Sit down wherever you are and listen to the wind singing in your veins. Feel the love, the longing, the fear in your bones. Open your heart to who you are right now. Not who you would like to be, not the saint you are striving to become, but the being right here before you, inside you, around you. All of you is holy. You are already more and less than whatever you can know. Breathe out. Touch in. Let go. Forget about enlightenment. Sit down wherever you are and listen to the wind singing in your veins. That's a beautiful line, isn't it? Sit down wherever you are and listen to the wind singing in your veins. Feel the love, the longing, the fear in your bones. Open your heart to who you are right now, not who you would like to be, not the saint you are striving to become, but the being right here before you, inside you, around you. All of you is holy. You are already more and less than whatever you can know. Breathe out. Touch in. Let go. All of you is holy. You are already more and less than whatever you can know. Breathe out. Touch in. Let go. Thank you, John Welwood. A very bright light. So, dear friends, let's remember the refuges in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Not some arcane, faraway, mystical sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Yes, please bear with the camera. I'm using my laptop camera because that one works in all conditions. It's a little awkward. Refuge in the Buddha, being awake. Being awake. What does that mean? Being mindful, sati. Knowing what's happening. Awake to what's happening right now. And what is happening? Of course, there is a body sitting here. So why not really be present in this body? Notice that it breathes. It breathes, and each breath has a beginning, a middle, and an ending. This breath exists in only one time. And that time is neither past nor future. It's just right here. And there's so much else happening. The body tingles and vibrates and feels pressure, warmth and coolness. There may well be sensations which are pleasant and others which are unpleasant. We come to our training ground, our formal gymnasium of the mind. We're training some very particular mental capacities, chief among them being mindfulness, awakeness, knowingness, remembering to be presentness. This capacity of knowing potentiates all the other wholesome mental factors. Concentration, tranquility and equanimity and generosity, compassion, they all arise from the field of mindfulness. Is the mind of this moment spacious, open, loving, awake, or it could be contracted, irritated, grumpy? Notice the mind's propensity for falling into trance states. Thinking is so powerful. Unnoticed thinking. It's very convincing. Emotions are also pretty convincing. They seem like the truth. Emotions lead us to passionate acting out in the name of the cause or in the name of desire, the name of fear. And so here in the safety of our Dharma hall, we transform the world moment by moment. We have some categories that we can find useful. The mind of desire, of wanting, of dissatisfaction and wanting, craving, lusting, attaching. The first of the 5 hindrances. And its companion, in a way, its opposite. Disliking, aversion, pushing away, wanting to go away. And there's restlessness and agitation and worry. The mind that's kind of hyper-energized and trying to figure out the problem or get the right thing to have said in that conversation back a week ago. Restlessness and agitation. There's nothing one needs to do about it, simply to awaken from it. And there's sloth and torpor, dull, sleepy mind. A mind that kind of falls away into close to sleep or even sleep. And the 5th hindrance is doubt. Doubt is the practice killer. Why should I bother doing this? It's kind of boring. It doesn't do anything. I've been doing it all this time and I'm still the same. I still get depressed or anxious. Awakening from all of these trance states is the moment of freedom. Mindfulness is the practice of allowing the world to become known. to be observed closely, to over time gradually be teased apart into its impermanent process. Each breath, each breath is an invitation, which is also true of each thought, each sound, each touch. Be here. Experience this. There is nowhere to get to except here. Sitting still in our meditation posture is very useful as a foundation, as a beginning. And the direction of our aspiration is mindful in every activity. Awake to life and living this life fully. So I invite you to try with me a few very simple experiments. And the first is to allow the head to very slowly lean toward the left shoulder without moving the shoulders, just very slowly. Sensations. And when you get to the limit of that movement, just abide there for a while. Mindful of the life in the body that sits here. And now, with a similar delicacy, please allow the head to slowly roll forward onto your chest, but let it take a long time. Incremental movements. At some point, this rolling forward comes to the center point. Pause there. Let the spine remain relatively straight and let the neck curl over, of course, only if this is safe for your neck. And now continuing on, and eventually the right ear is being pulled almost gravitationally to the right shoulder. And continuing in this way, let us allow the right shoulder to drop and the head to drop. And ever so delicately and lovingly, we move into what we could call side bending. Where is it that sensations arise? Are they pleasant or unpleasant or indeterminate? And let there be bending at the waist. So you begin to feel it in your low back too. Become curious of what is happening with the life of the body. Letting your breath continue smoothly. No way to do this wrong, obviously. And now let's allow the head to begin that long journey down. And then ever so slowly across the front of the body. This time letting the spine bend. Notice any impatience. Any curiosity. And at some point, the head, connected with the body, begins to move toward the left shoulder. The left shoulder starts to sink. And then the right side of all those vertebrae begin to open. And there's all the sensations on the right side of the body. And letting the head now come slowly back to the center as the body slowly straightens up from left to right. And now letting the head slowly rise. Eventually, the head will come to its upright posture, balancing on the shoulders. And let's imagine that there's a string in the top of the crown of the head. Let that pull up and let your head tilt back just a little bit. And now finding that place where the head is as best at peace with gravity as you can get it for now. The body breathes. Let us remember that being mindful doesn't mean going slowly. It doesn't mean controlling everything. It means being awake to what's happening. Why not take a few moments to imagine driving your car mindfully? Hands on the steering wheel, foot on the gas. Checking your mirrors, putting the car in gear. Going through an intersection. Checking left and right. It's a little anxiety-provoking going through lights. You never know. Maybe being mindful taking the dog for a walk, or changing the kitty litter, or making breakfast, or packing a lunch for the kids for the 5,000th time, or sitting at the computer when you sit down to remember, oh yes, I'm sitting here. Or texting with a friend. Notice those three little bumping things, little dots. Is there anticipation? Is there liking or disliking? May all beings everywhere share in the merits of our practice. May it more and more fully dawn on us that there is no separation between this self and all beings. The crows are calling. Today is, I believe, the last day to sign up for Candle's 9 to 2 online retreat this Saturday. It's still possible to sign up for my class that I'm starting this evening using the remarkable book, Living This Life Fully, by Mirka Nasser, who interviewed several hundred people about the teachings and life of Anagarika Munindra. It's quite wonderful for me to be rereading it and to remember him and how foundational he is in my understanding of the Dharma. I did a month-long retreat with him when he first came to America, and then several years later I was in India, and he talked a lot about he wanted to train a small band of young Westerners, a small band of kids. Not only in insight, but also in jhana. And I went with the intention of staying for quite a while. And then he got very sick. He got pneumonia and left and went to Calcutta. And then I got very sick. I got kidney stones and went to Calcutta. And I was drinking a lot of water and suffering a lot. And he was coughing like I'd never heard anybody cough before. He would pass me on the way to the bathroom and he'd say, "Oh, disgusting. This body is disgusting." Munindra. But he taught that mindfulness is in every act, can be in every action. So that's going to be a fine class. Starts tonight at 7, and you can still register if you want. You can do it online or you can come to the center. Much better at the center. I'm going to try to include the folks online, but there will be interactive and movement practices, which, of course, one can do at home. Anyway, other than that, Sunday, the grand opening, please do come. We'll have music from 20 till the hour, Nick Johnson and friends. Music to reopen a Dharma center with, to invite you in. We are not going to be masking. If you want to mask, of course you may, and if you want to isolate yourself, the choir loft will be reserved for those who want to be masked or have concerns of contagion. I think that's really all I want to say about that. Whoa, that was loud, wasn't it? How to turn off all these bells and whistles. Geesh. So friends, Dharma friends, descendants of the Buddha, have you something you'd like to share today? I guess I might mention I'm just so bad with dates. I'm teaching a retreat, a residential retreat at Hollyhock, which is a gorgeous retreat center north of Vancouver, on Cortez Island, which is in the Sea of Cortez. No, it's not. It's Cortez Island. The Sea of Cortez is Baja. And takes a couple of ferry rides or 3 to get there by car. Beautiful spot. There's still room. Also, I'm teaching in the Yukon coming up soon, and then at Brighton Bush, though the Brighton Bush retreat is full. Lots of longing to practice after COVID. Lots of need to practice, let alone longing. Sitting together in relative silence and awake. What more could a person ask for?
Robert, it's Pamela.
Hello, Pamela.
Hi. I have a question about your class tonight.
Yes, my dear.
Starting tonight. I'm very interested and I'd like to come, and sometimes I get interrupted. It's just the nature of caregiving.
Yes.
And so is that it'll be by Zoom. I can't because I'm in Salem, but will it be okay to just kind of allow myself to do that?
I would guess so, yeah. And if we can't deal with your getting up and getting out of your chair and leaving the room for periods and coming back, we're in deep trouble.
Okay.
Right. I would prefer you don't announce, I'm leaving now. But, of course, that'd be just fine. And should something arise that you have to be gone, these will be, to the best of my ability, they will be recorded and be available afterwards.
Okay.
For members of the group. I don't want to broadcast them, but for people who are signed up. Yeah.
Okay. I will go sign up then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Send me an email too right away. Do both. And I've sent out 2 emails to the group already, and I will send you them so you're completely current. Just after we hang up here, I'll do that.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
I also want to say this. I sometimes hear from people, sometimes way later, oh, I didn't do the class because I couldn't afford it. This is really crazy thinking. And if that if you're still thinking that, there's a way that your trauma around money or whatever the heck it is, just you're not listening, you're not hearing behind it. Because there really is no charge for any of these teachings. There's a suggested donation, and it's really important that those who can contribute. And I think I haven't dealt with this in a while, but we always have had a scholarship option. You write your own scholar, whatever you need. And then there's another one, which is if you happen to have more resources and could support someone who needs a scholarship, please contribute more to the class. That it's just not part of the Buddhist teachings that there's a fee. It just isn't true. And however, we live in this capitalist, materialist world, and we have a brick and mortar building, and the teachers need to have enough to live on, and so on. So we deal with money, and more consciously, and more comfortably, I think. But please, never don't come. Can you say that? Never don't come. For financial reasons. One of the things we've struggled with is that in order to register, you have to have a credit card. So if you ever run into a problem with that, if you don't have a credit card, just email me. And you could be on the list.
Robert,
Amy,
hi,
good morning, Amy. Hi.
It's Amy.
Hi.
I just wanted to say I've had quite a journey in the last couple weeks with almost lost my cat and visiting my husband's family and my family in Maryland. And my father-in-law is stage 4 prostate cancer. With my daughters. So anyway, it's been quite a journey, and I haven't been sitting here, but I have noticed that I have had to live in the moment very much, and I've had to let things go. And I really feel like the practice has been helpful. And I noticed a couple of points where I literally wasn't sure, what was going to happen and how I was going to get through. And I just said, the next hour, we're just going to figure out what we're doing in the next hour. We're going to figure out what we're doing in the next hour. And that was really helpful. And also moments where I was awake enough in the family craziness of, visiting lots of people and figuring out what to do, how to meet needs of, wait a minute, this isn't what I want at all. Like we're going down a train somewhere and this isn't what I want at all. Arranging a visit to be what I wanted in the middle of, some chaos. So anyway, I credit practicing. I feel like I was practicing even though I wasn't sitting, and I appreciate the practice and you all, your support.
Sounds like that was quite a journey in several dimensions.
Yeah, it was. It was. But my cat survived, and my kids got to see their grandpa, and I got some hike on the Appalachian Trail, and there were some really good moments.
Thanks, Amy. Well, friends, shall we set off into the more active form of our meditation? The dance of life. Thank you, Jim, for being here. Let us sing our way home. Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam. Just thinking of Ruth Dennison. Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam. May all beings receive all blessings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May it be so, or it is thus, or amen. Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam. Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam. Bhavatu Sabe Mangalam. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a wonderful, mindful day, dear friends.
Cacophony.
Goodbye,
the
dear
Portland
friends on
Tabernacle Choir.
Facebook and YouTube.
I'm so excited about Sunday. Yippee.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be something.
Be well, everyone. Have a good day.
Oh,
Thank you,
question.
David.
Is anyone
David.
here, does
Bye.
anyone
Bye,
here
David.
like to take pictures? Is there a photographer among us? If there were someone who would take pictures of the grand opening, that would be great. I'm not going to do it. Sherry,
I'd love to.
come on down. If you do have that capacity, please let me know. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a lovely day. Glad your cat made it, Amy.
Thank you.
Really,
Bye, everybody.
that's a good
Bye,
thing.
Amy.
Bye-bye. All right. There's that.